Have you ever felt like you're working so hard at something, putting in all your efforts, doing everything that you think to do for that thing, spending all your time on it, but it feels like you're not making any progress on it at all? I know that's how some of us feels when it comes to our money. That's how I feel when it comes to this YouTube channel. But it feels like we're in quicksand. No matter how much we struggle, no matter how much effort we put into it, we just are not making any progress at all. We're just stuck in the same place. And I think the main reason for this is with our focus. We are focused on the wrong things. And when it comes to our money, there are three main areas that I see this focus misguided a lot of the times. 1, credit cards. 2, transportation. And 3, investing. So let's talk about it. All right? Whoosh. What's going on, people? It's your boy KelechIwuaba back with another video. If you enjoyed anything that we talk about on this video, hit that like button, all right? But like I said, there are 3 main areas where I believe our focus are all the way wrong. And we're just going to start off with number 1 right here, which is credit cards. I hear this a lot from a lot of people, which is, oh my gosh, bruh, that credit card company is going to give me up to 5% cash back or give me 10% for points that I can use to travel. Oh my gosh, I just have to spend this amount of money, maybe spend like $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 for me to get 10% back on that thing. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely going to do it. All the time I hear people talking about credit points. I hear people talking about point chasing. I hear people talking about what is the best credit card that I need to sign up for right now to get the amount that I need to get so I can do this, that. And our focus is all the way wrong. Because from these same people, I usually hear also, man, I'm in credit card debt. I don't know how to pay off my loans. I just don't know how I'm spending so much money every single month. Like, it just feels like money is just going everywhere. It's like, yo, I can tell you exactly where that money is going. You're giving it to the credit card companies. Because every one of us, we spend so much time trying to analyze and find the best way to get some credit card points, where these companies are only going to give you like, what, 2% cash back? 2%? Where they're charging you an average interest rate of 18%. And you out here talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to get like 2% cash back. You got to use credit cards because you're going to get cash back. And it's like, your focus is all wrong. Your focus is all wrong. You need to spend more time figuring out how you're spending your money than trying to figure out the best credit card to use. These credit card companies are not dumb. They know what they're doing when they give you that little bit of an incentive talking about, oh yeah, you could get 2% cash back on this. It's like 2% when you spend $1,000 is only $20. But 18% of that is $180. That's a lot of money. $20 in an entire year or $180. What's the discrepancy there? One just makes more sense for you to focus on. And that's the thing. Do not let these credit cards companies get you into the process of, oh, I'm going to open that credit card and that credit card and that credit card and that credit card. Use this one for traveling. Use this one for driving. I mean, I get it. Like, people, if you're able to do that, you're able to have this complicated system because you're on top of your finances. You're that sophisticated with your money. That's cool. That's cool. Also, I'm not saying you shouldn't use credit cards at all. Your boy's been using them. I like the cash back that I get from it. But again, I do not open credit cards just so I can maybe get cash back. I do not open credit cards just because they say, hey, if you spend $2,000, we'll give you $5 down. It's like, no, that's not the reason I'm opening a credit card. I also do not open a credit card by going to a store and they're saying, hey, if you open a credit card, we'll give you 5% off today. These are all terrible reasons to open a credit card because you end up costing yourself so much money. Because for most people, they will forget that they opened that credit card and then it becomes a problem where that credit just keeps on piling on in the background because you never knew about it. So get your focus on the right things. Get your finances in order. Use one credit card if you want to use a credit card. That way you can streamline everything and stay on top of your finances to know exactly where you're spending your money. Your focus needs to be on the right thing. And that leads us to the second thing when it comes to spending money: transportation. The other day, I was talking to somebody at the soccer field, and we were talking about right now with inflation, gas prices being so expensive. He was freaking out. He was like, man, I'm looking all the time. I'm on Gas Buddy, and I'm trying to find all the cheap gas sites so I can, I'm even willing to drive like an extra 15, 20 minutes just so I can make sure I'm getting that cheap gas. And I was like, oh yeah, I do the same thing. I have the fuel rewards. I get like 10 cents from T-Mobile. So I'm able to get like 10 cents off of Shell gas. And so I do that too. And we're having the conversation. And then when we're heading out, he started talking about, man, my car's so expensive. Started talking about like, yo, I have like an $800 car loan. And I was like, hold on. Your problem ain't the gas. The problem is not the gas. Your problem is not that gas is more expensive now. Your problem is that car. When you have an $800 car note, 8 times 12, that's $7,200 in a year. Actually, that's wrong. That is $9,600 in a year that you are paying to some company. They are paying to some dealership. They are paying to some car manufacturer that you could take and invest. The problem for a lot of us is not the fact that gas got more expensive. For some of us, it's the fact that we decided a while ago to make a terrible decision and buy some massive truck that we couldn't afford at that point, and now it's killing us because gas is more expensive. So the problem is not gas. It's the car you chose to buy. And for some of us, we might need to sell that truck. We might need to sell that car and go get a beater so we can survive. Once again, the focus is all wrong. We're looking at nickels and dimes when we should be looking at dollars and when we should be looking at dollars. We're looking at saving $1, 1 penny. We're breaking our backs to save $1 when we should be saving thousands in our budgets because we're focused on the wrong things. We feel like we're doing the right things. I'm making that extra drive to buy this cheap gas. Therefore, I'm doing the right thing. It feels good, but is it actually good? Is it actually beneficial to you? Most of the time, the answer is no. I'm not saying not to use these apps. I definitely use these apps. I have a few rewards app on my phone. I like getting that 5 cents from T-Mobile so I can save some money, 5 to 10 cents sometimes. I don't mind it. But then again, think about this. Last year, I used it all throughout the year. And then they sent me an email. I was like, did you know that this year you saved $15 on gas? $15 on gas. That's how much I saved every single time I was getting 10 to 15 cents off of gas. $15 for an entire year. Now compare that to somebody who has a car note that's $500 a month. 5 times 12, that's $6,000 in a year. That is the max that you can put into a Roth IRA. That can become millions in 20 to 30 years. So where is your focus? Where is your focus? We keep on going to the store trying to make a difference between, oh, should I get the organic bananas or should I get the regular bananas? The bananas ain't the problem. The problem is you need to figure out what else in your budget, where you can save $200, $300, $400. It ain't the 50 cents you're going to save on that bananas. And then finally, the third one, investing. Now this one's going to trip everybody up because it actually feels really good. Feels really good when you're investing. It feels really good when you feel like, yo, I know a thing or two about investing. But I believe some of us have the wrong focus when it comes to investing. And the reason why this even came up for me was because I was reading Nick Majuli's new book, Just Keep Buying. By the way, this book is awesome. It was one of the things I did when I was away from making any YouTube videos. But the book was wonderful and it talked about this aspect of, do we have the wrong focus when it comes to investing? I'll just read a quick snippet from the book. And he said in the book, when I was 23 years old, I thought I knew the answers to building wealth. Keep your fees low, diversified. Hold for the long term. I had heard this kind of advice many times from investing legends such as Warren Buffett, William Bernstein, and the late Jack Bogle. While this advice wasn't incorrect, it made me focus on all the wrong things financially as a recent college graduate. Despite having only $1,000 in my retirement account at the time, I spent hundreds of hours analyzing my investment decisions over the next year. I had Excel spreadsheets, I do too, filled with net worth projections and expected returns. I checked my account balances daily. I questioned my asset allocation to the point of neurosis. Should I have 15% of my money in bonds or 20? Why not 10%? I was all over the place. They say that obsession is a young man's game. I learned this truth all too well. Now, this is the point I want everybody to focus on. Despite my intense fixation on my investments, I spent no time analyzing my income or spending. I would regularly go out to dinner with coworkers, buy rounds and rounds of drinks, and then Uber home. Spending $100 in a night was easy in San Francisco, where I lived at the time. Thinking about how foolish this behavior was, with only $1,000 of investable assets to my name, even a 10% annual return would have only earned me $100 in a year. Yet, I was regularly blowing that same $100 every time I went out with friends. Dinner plus drinks plus transportation, and my year's investment returns in a good year were gone. Foregoing just one night of partying in San Francisco would have made me the same amount of money as 1 year of investment growth at that time. Can you see why my financial priorities were so messed up? All the Buffett, Bogle, and Bernstein in the world wouldn't have made a difference. Compare this to someone with $10 million in investable assets. If they were to see just a 10% decline in their portfolio, they will lose $1 million. Do you think they could have saved $1 million in a year? Highly unlikely unless they have a very high income. Their annual savings just can't compete with the regular fluctuations in their investment portfolio. This is why someone with $10 million has to spend a lot more time thinking about their investment choices compared to someone with only $1,000. These examples illustrate that what you should focus on depends on your financial situation. If you don't have much money invested, then you should focus on increasing your savings and invest in it. However, if you already have a sizable portfolio, then you should spend more time thinking about the details of your investment plan. I loved this. When I read this book, when I read Just Keep Buying, I literally was like, yo, that makes so much sense. And I was like, yo, this is literally me right now. Even though he talked about portfolio allocation, I would say in my mindset, what I was focused on was like, what stocks should I buy? There's something that happens to all of us where we feel like, oh, I should be the next Warren Buffett. And I should spend this amount of time trying to figure out the next hot stock. And so as young guys, especially for us dudes, like women, the study has actually been done where women will actually focus on building their income, saving more money than actually trying to get a 10% or a 100% bagger or 100x bagger. But dudes, on the other hand, we out here, we in YouTube, we're all over the place trying to find the next Amazon, the next Tesla, the next this, the next that. Rather than trying to figure out, how do I build my income? How do I make sure that I'm continuing to be useful to people so I can make more money? Rather than trying to find the next 100 bagger. Or is there areas in my financial life, is there areas in my spending that I'm spending too much money where I can take that money and actually put it towards investing? These are the things that we need to be focused on. I had to sit myself down and talk through this and think through it. And I was like, wait a minute. I keep on focusing on my investment portfolio, which you guys have seen multiple times. I have so many videos talking about this stock and that stock and this stock and that stock. So many of these videos. I have to sit down and be like, wait a minute, this investment portfolio is it's about $8,000, at least for my single stock portfolio. It's about $8,000. 10% on that money is what, $800? But if I took the time that I was spending with all of this and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ref soccer games, which I do every so often, I can easily make $400 to $500 a month from reffing. If I do it a little bit more, I can make $1,000 extra a month. That is my entire year in investing in the single stock portfolio that I'm trying to pick in 1 month from just going out and reffing soccer games, something that I love to do anyway. So the question is like, where's my focus? Wouldn't it be better for me to actually increase my income? The $800 that I can make over the entire year, that's $9,000 that I can make. Rather than trying to figure out, ooh, what's gonna be the next stock that goes 100x? And this is the thing with investing. It feels good because you can have these discussions and talk about all of these things. And it feels good. You make yourself sound so smart, so good. But is it actually worth it? Is it actually worth the time and the effort that you're spending looking at all these companies where you don't even have that much money to put into it in the first place? And so, for example, I bought Bank of America during the pandemic. That thing doubled, but I only put like $200 in it. So even though it doubled, it only went to what, $400? That's not life-changing money. That's not doing anything for me. So we have to be careful about where we're putting our focus. We need to get on top of these things and put our focus on the right things. Otherwise, we end up in a position where we wake up one day, it's 10, 20 years down the line, and we're like, yo, what the heck happened? I was doing all of this stuff and nothing changed. Or for some of us, we just give up. As we're doing it, we're like, yo, I've been doing it for 2-3 years and I'm not seeing any results, so I'm done. Where is your focus? You got to ask yourself, where am I focused? Am I focused in on the right things or on the wrong things? It's a question that I keep asking myself when it comes to this YouTube channel. Am I focused on the right things or on the wrong things? Am I actually focused on making content for the right set of people? Or am I just making content that nobody wants to watch anyway? As we've seen from the stagnating of this YouTube channel. But this is something we all need to ask ourselves. Where are you focused? But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all learned one, maybe two things out of this entire thing. And if you did, share this with one person that you love, one person that you hate, and one person you're just kind of like, about. And by that time, you just share it with everybody that you know. But anyways, be your boy Kelechi. I'm going to catch y'all up in the next one. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all. And I'm out. Peace. Sorry about my camera dying in the middle of this whole shoot.